LPBW, Tori Roloff takes mini vacation with Zach, but misses her kids. Little People, Big World star Tori Roloff was able to enjoy a small adventure with her loving husband, Zach Roloff. However, the mother of two is having a hard time being away from her babies. Tori and Zach Roloff tied the knot in July 2015. And just 2 years later, the couple welcomed their son, Jackson Kyle. It seems the pair weren't done growing their family yet, and in November 2019, they welcomed their beautiful baby girl, Lila Ray. Now let's fast forward to 2020, and we can see that the two's marriage is just as strong as it was in the beginning. Tori and Zach Roloff make sure to set aside time each week to spend quality time with each other, and making sure their marriage stays strong. Even while the pandemic is raging, this couple finds activities to do while staying safe. We see this when the two take a mini vacation while the kids are spending some much-needed time with their doting grandparents. Via Instagram, Tori shared some beautiful pictures of their Washington getaway with her fans. But even while enjoying some fresh air with her husband, she missed Jackson and Lila. The parents of the two love to get away as a couple but chose not to go far. Tori has talked about how important it is to get away and spend time with each other, but that doesn't stop her from missing her two children. Since having her youngest child, Tori hasn't been far from her children at any given moment, so this is a big step for the reality show mom. Time away with this guy is just good for the soul. Not going to lie though, I can't wait to hold my babies. Tori captions her beautiful pictures on Instagram. Though Tori and Zach have very supporting fans, they also have a few haters in the group. Many viewers on the couple's Instagram page praise the couple for spending time together and really seem to enjoy seeing these two grow their marriage. However, a few people were worried that the couple wasn't taking the ongoing pandemic seriously. "Where is your mask?" one viewer asked. Someone else asked, "Is it really safe to go on a vacation during a health crisis?" Tori never did respond to the comments. And maybe these questions don't deserve a justification. This busy mom has enough to deal with and doesn't seem to have time to be pulled into other people's daily drama. Little People, Big World. Is Molly Roloff ready to be a mom? Molly Roloff has yet to make Little People, Big World star Amy Roloff a proud grandmother of 5 grandkids. Zach and Jeremy both have 2 children apiece with their loving significant others. While Joel and Molly haven't blessed her with a grandbaby, there's speculation that this could be changing soon. But is Molly finally ready to become a mom? Amy and Matt Roloff have 4 grown children, 3 boys and 1 girl. Molly is the only girl between the LPBW couple, and all of the Roloff children are married. Joel and Molly are the only ones that don't have children yet. Of course, that all could be changing soon. Molly married her husband, Joel Silvius, in 2017, and the two seem very happy together. The couple never seems to appear on the popular TLC reality show. Distance could be a factor since the couple lives about 6 hours away from Roloff Farms. The two live a pretty private life and continue to live in a quaint house in Spokane, Washington, only making a few appearances on Amy or Matt's Instagram page. Fans may remember back in 2018 when Matt Roloff shared an adorable video of himself walking with Jackson on Instagram. Captioning the photo with "The family has big news to announce." Molly had recently come to visit the family around that time, which made fans speculate that Molly was pregnant, and that was the big news Matt talked about. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case and Molly had no pregnancy news. Of course, as written about on TV season Spoiler.com, this was confirmed when Amy shared a picture that showed the fact that Molly had no baby bump. Last year, fans were excited to hear that she and her husband Joel purchased a house in Spokane, Washington. Molly's big brother Zach went on Instagram to share the exciting news and made sure to brag about the adorable house. The ranch-style home had black shutters and a bright yellow front door. Thought it wasn't news of a baby, fans excitedly congratulated the pair on buying their first home together. Right after Zach posted, Molly's mother Amy decided to share pictures of the couple's new house. Currently, Molly works at an accounting firm while Joel is a research data analyst at Gonzaga University. Despite the distance between the family, the Roloff family continues to be close to each other. Unfortunately, there has been no talk of the couple having a baby as of yet. But everyone knows that could change soon. Amy Roloff is amazed her children weren't injured more growing up. Amy and Matt Roloff, along with their 4 children Molly, Jacob, Jeremy, and Zach, were all once featured on TLC's Little People, Big World. Over 20 seasons later, however, all but one of their children have walked away from the series. Zach and Tori Roloff, along with their 2 children Jackson and Layla, remain a part of the LPBW cast. Fans of the TLC series suspect Zach and Tori will eventually take over Roloff Farms. And they hope the series will shift toward being about Zach and his adorable little family. That being said, Amy and Matt Roloff do still have a relationship with all of their children. The only one who doesn't get featured very often on Instagram is the elusive Molly Roloff. Likewise, fans of the series enjoy receiving updates about the entire Roloff family. Not just those featured on the show. As we wait to see if we'll be getting another season of LPBW, we reflect on past seasons of the show. And unsurprisingly, Amy Roloff has had a lot of very entertaining commentary for fans of the series over the year. Now everyone who watches LPBW knows Jacob Roloff is considered the black sheep of the family. He has openly blasted the series on social media. And why does Jacob have an issue with the TLC series? Well, because he considers it to be fake. According to Jacob, the people he saw on the screen were not his family. They were characters who kind of looked and sounded like his family. He took issue with his family members pretending to be someone else for the sake of views. Jacob Roloff slammed his family for continuing to do the show, and he promised he would never make another appearance on it. All that being said, Jacob Roloff was part of the show as a child. And during season 2, he was injured. It wasn't anything serious though. Jacob cut up his side while hauling a lot of heavy wood. At the time, the children were building a fort. Zach told the injury looked pretty bad. But Jacob didn't let it stop him from continuing to work. The siblings proceeded to do a lot of fighting while carrying the wood. Possibly because he was distracted, he ended up stepping on a nail. With her children growing up on Roloff Farms, Amy considers herself lucky. Lucky her children were not hurt more often. After all, the property had building material, farming equipment, and lots of other ways for children to get injured. After Jacob stepped on the nail, the siblings rushed back to the house. Fans watched as Amy asked Jacob what he stepped on. He told her, and she jokingly asked why he did that. Noticeably, Jacob did not think his mother was very funny. When you're living on a farm, boys will be boys. I'm just really amazed that my boys haven't gotten more hurt. Amy Roloff admitted to the cameras. Fans assumed she was explaining her attempted humor. Zach Roloff watched and waited to see how Jacob was. He, however, was mostly bummed they were probably done trying to build a fort. Why LPBW? Matt Roloff expected the worst this fall season. 2020 has been a hectic year for Matt Roloff and everybody due to the national pandemic. Reality television has done a good job of reporting just how scary and crazy COVID-19 is. Especially when the world first went into lockdown. Many businesses, show production included, are still being affected by rules in place to keep the virus in check. This is including the business owned by Little People, Big World's Matt Roloff, Roloff Farms. Viewers that watch the show over the years know that the fall season is a busy time for the farm. Matt Roloff welcomes visitors for tours, pumpkin purchasing, and other fall activities. In a recent post on Instagram, Roloff says that he feared the worst heading into the season, and explained why he ended up impressed instead. He said there are so many Matt's Instagram people to thank for helping make their 2020 COVID-style pumpkin season such a huge success. COVID hit many businesses hard in 2020, and it seems like the beloved, family-oriented farm was no different. Matt went on to thank people for wearing their masks and social distancing. For those who have visited the farm before and have an expectation, this year, we think it's going to be just as good. Matt said, but it's going to be our COVID version of the Pumpkin Festival. Matt and his ex-wife Amy stressed social distancing, hand-washing, and masks this year. We're going to give everybody access to a walking trail here on the farm, which is something they've never done before. Never let everybody kind of walk into this area of the farm. They've seen some of it from a distance on the wagon tours. Matt stated, all these precautions were due to COVID. It seems like this was a very busy year for Matt Roloff and Roloff Farms. Fans gave Roloff Farms positive remarks about the way this pumpkin season went. One visitor wrote, "We went this year and loved it, we felt safe and had a great time." Another said, "My whole family and I were able to go to the farm this year and we had a blast. We hope to go back every year." There are many more comments about this year's pumpkin season, and it seems as if visitors had a good time, even with the COVID restrictions. Molly Roloff makes rare social media appearance. As Little People, Big World fans know, Molly Roloff is no longer on the family show. In fact, Zach Roloff and his wife Tori are the only kids to have stuck around. Of course, this doesn't mean that Amy and Matt's other kids aren't a part of their lives. Matt and Amy's son Jeremy and his wife Audrey have a big social media presence, but they stepped away from the show. Also, Jacob and his wife Isabel are active on social media. One family member that fans don't hear about often is Molly Roloff. She's choosing to live a more private life though. On Monday, Molly made a rare appearance on her mother Amy's Instagram page. Amy shared a video of herself baking with Molly. This is an older video from when Amy last visited Molly. Molly and her husband Joel Silvius live in Spokane, Washington. Amy writes, "Fall is the perfect time for some baking, so I'm resharing my visit with my daughter Molly where we made bread together." Amy encourages her social media followers to relax and bake something. As mentioned, Molly isn't on Little People, Big World anymore. So fans like to see photos and videos of her whenever the other family members spend time with her. In response to Amy's video, many fans are talking about how happy they are to see Molly again. One writes, "I missed seeing beautiful Molly." Another adds, "I hadn't seen Molly in years. It's so awesome to see her again. I miss her on the show." Plenty of fans are saying that they miss her and they wish she was on the show again. Of course, fans understand that reality TV isn't for everyone. Plus, Molly doesn't live near the rest of her family, so being on the show may not work out. While Molly does have an Instagram account, she's keeping it private. She has fewer than 200 followers, and those followers are likely people that she's close to. For example, her mom Amy follows her. After growing up in the public eye, Molly seems to want some space. So, she doesn't share her social media pages with Little People, Big World fans. LPBW. Does Karen Chandler not want to live with Matt Roloff? Season 21 of Little People, Big World is especially difficult on Matt Roloff, who is stuck in the middle of Amy and his girlfriend Karen Chandler. Viewers of the TLC series have been watching Amy Roloff move away from the Roloff Farms at a painfully slow speed. We see Matt Roloff make it clear he's ready for Amy to leave, and Matt also has to entertain his girlfriend's opinion on just about everything. We know Matt Roloff has big plans to focus on building a new home for himself, and his girlfriend Karen to live together in. But does she feel the same way? Unfortunately, LPBW fans aren't really sure Chandler and Roloff are on the same pace. In fact, she made it pretty clear she's more interested in focusing on herself. Logically, it would make sense for Matt Roloff to fix up the house Amy is moving out of. Then they could move in there together. But it doesn't sound like that is something Karen is willing to entertain. And given the history between Matt and Amy, it is something some fans can certainly understand. We know Amy and Karen made an effort to be civil as much as possible. But it is clear to fans of the series that the women do not really like each other. And the prickly relationship between the two is certainly understandable given their connection to Matt. At the moment, Matt is living on his side of the property. But would it make sense for him to clean up the house Amy lived in and move there? Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like it would make sense if he wants to live with his girlfriend. As she's made it crystal clear, it won't happen. I would never live in the big house. Ever. Put a pin in that. Does that mean they'll live together somewhere else, or does she not really want to live with Matt right now? Those keeping current with LPBW Season 21 know Matt Roloff doesn't want to live in Amy's old farmhouse either. He plans on building a customized house. A house built to be friendly toward a little person. And he thinks it would be the perfect home for Matt Roloff and Karen. I also wanted to show Karen and kind of unveil the model of the house. I've always wanted to build a house from scratch. I've been thinking about this house ever since Amy mentioned that she was going to sell me the south side, so 3 years. During this week's episode, Matt discussed the big his and her bathroom and his and her closet. But Karen isn't convinced he's really building a home for the two of them. In fact, she insists it feels like it is something just for him. So she wants to focus on herself instead. Matt's definitely not building a house for the two of us. I've always loved the farm, but it's Matt's farm, it's Amy's farm, and so I kind of want to let all that stuff fall where it needs to be on its own. I'm just focusing still on some of my own stuff that I still want to accomplish in my life. Karen admitted. LPBW fans agree Matt Roloff seems to want a future with Karen. But they have a lot of mixed feelings about her, and it is clear he isn't rushing to get married to her. We know Amy and Chris got engaged last year. Unfortunately, the pandemic delayed the wedding, and Matt isn't interested in proposing to Karen until after Amy is married. Why? Well, he doesn't really want to take the spotlight from her. We don't want to step on Amy and Chris' excitement, but you never know what might happen next. For now, and I are living a very happy and our very best life together, enjoying our kids and my grandkids. A wonderful season of life. Things seem to be a little up in the air in this relationship for now. Do you think Matt and Karen will live together and get married? Chris Marek wipes away Amy Roloff's tears in emotional LPBW preview. A new preview of the LPBW episode airing on July 6 will give viewers something they've rarely seen before. Amy Roloff sheds tears over her wedding to Chris Marek. Plus, Jackson takes a nasty spill. It all goes down on Little People, Big World. Amy Roloff has been anxiously awaiting her wedding to Chris Marek for quite a while now. The couple got engaged in September of 2019. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, their 2020 wedding couldn't happen. So they will wed in late August, almost 2 years after their engagement. However, the coronavirus pandemic is still causing havoc among wedding planners. All the weddings postponed in 2020 are happening in 2021. That makes it difficult to find an available venue on a desirable date. In a surprising act of goodwill, Matt Roloff offers Roloff Farms as a possible location for his ex-wife's wedding. As viewers know, Matt Roloff holds full ownership of the farm after Amy finally relented in selling her shares. Chris Marek was on board with the wedding at Roloff Farms from the get-go, but Amy took some convincing. In the preview, it seems she is second-guessing her decision to have the wedding at the farm. Amy Roloff is not someone who shows a lot of emotion. In fact, over the years, fans have complained about her negative attitude. So viewers will get quite the shock when Amy gets emotional in the next episode of Little People, Big World. Karen Chandler posted a short teaser on her Instagram that gives a new glimpse of Amy Roloff. In the clip, she cries as her fiancé wipes away the tears. Why is she crying? It seems the memories of her life at the farm come back to haunt her. Hollywood Life reports that in the trailer, Amy may be having second thoughts. Some of the cons for me was really the history that I have on the farm, she says. While Matt Roloff offers the farm for the wedding, he doesn't want to interfere. In the short teaser, he says that he needs to stay out of it. His girlfriend, Karen Chandler, readily agrees with that. In addition to the wedding drama, the episode also features Zach Roloff and his son Jackson. In real time, Jackson just got back from an epic trip to Disneyland. But in TV land, it is still winter and Zach takes his son sledding. In a clip on TLC's social media, it appears that Jackson's sledding adventure takes a slightly dangerous turn. As Tori Roloff looks on, her husband and son flip over on the sled. Ready, set, LED. Zach and Jackson are off and going faster than expected. Tune into the next episode of Little People, Big World on Tuesday, July 6, to find out how it all plays out.